official. Stepping between Bediako and Roberts. The ball goes in the air. The tap is controlled by the Crimson Tide, and we are underway here in Houston. Bama wearing the road crimson. Houston the home white. It's Sears working off a screen, driving, dishing, far side. Clowney, three, bottom. Great start for the Crimson Tide.
Noah Clowney made 4 out of his first 5 threes in Tuscaloosa against South Dakota State. This one a little better, bigger matchup, but great to see Clowney continue to play well.
Shed flips it onto the right wing. Mark gets it back. Now Mark back near side with the basketball against the Bama man-to-man. Throws it down low to Roberts, trying to back his way down on Bediako. Spins, shoots, it's no good. Ball knocked around. Battle for it. Picked up by Sears, and the Tide will push it the other way. Mark gets it into the front court, takes it to the timeline left side. Changes direction, picks it up, flips it over to Miller. Brandon surveys the floor, working from the left wing on a clear out, gets to the baseline, gets double teamed, needs help bad, needs help real bad, gets help, had it, ball knocked away and stolen by Houston. Cougars running the other way, and a layup ties it at 2 apiece with 18:53 to go first half.
We talked about live ball turnovers, so important to limit those in this game. Good job by Houston. The double team, Alabama not able to get out of it. An easy 2 for the Cougars.
Sears swings it right side. Clowney driving, tough shot off the glass. Got it to go, had to alter it in the air. Got it to drop, and it's a 4-2 Bama lead.
Well, when you're shooting the ball as well as Noah Clowney has been, you can sell the shot fake. He pumped it from 3, drove it in, and able to finish at the rim.
Cougars work it to Walker, right of the circle. Picks up the dribble, works it out, back high again to Shed. Shed looking to his right, dribbles to his left, has it top of the arc, crosses over, pulls up from 16, jumper is up, no good. Clowney clears it, and he'll bring it ahead. Check it, Miller with the ball, He'll throw it ahead. Bediako drives the lane, got fouled, a block is going to be called on Houston.
Alabama able to get the defensive board and push the ball. The center, the 7-footer Charles Bediako running the lane. Brandon Miller found him. Houston tried to slide in and take a charge, but came in late. It'll be Angry Chuck going to the line for 2.
Did you see he went for a finger roll and hit his hand on the rim? Good night. Bediako at the strike for Alabama.
I think he wanted to dunk it initially, but because of the Houston player sliding under him, realized he couldn't throw it down, so tried to lay it in with the finger roll at last minute. Almost got the roll to go down, but instead goes to the line for 2.
Made the first free throw, his 5th make on the year. Looking for his 6th right here, and he can't get it. He is now 5 of 14 on the year from the stripe. Bama leads it here in this one, 2 minutes into the contest. Bama on top by a score of 6-2 as the Cougars work it to the top of the arc. They'll drive down the lane. They'll try to dunk it. The ball's knocked away and stolen. Here comes Bama into the front court. Clowney. Clowney stopping, nearly walked, and he did. Traveling violation called there on Clowney. Got himself out of control. He knew it and turns it over.
It was a nice job by Jarris Walker limiting Brandon Miller. Noah Clowney wanted to go to his freshman teammate Miller, but Walker in the passing lane, and when he went to make the pass, realized he would have turned it over. Unfortunately, turned it over anyway with the walk.
Shed brings it into the front court, throws it down into the low block left side to Walker. Driving against Clowney, spins. They're going to call a block on Clowney. That'll be a foul, I believe, on the floor. It should be. They're going to call the foul on the floor, but Clowney guilty of his first. Tried to sell it. Slid over, attempted to take the charge. The Houston player is asking for a flop, which is now a technical. There's not even a warning, so it'll be Houston bringing the ball underneath their own goal. Inbounded to Sasser left side, cut off there by Burnett. He'll work it out to Walker. Bama left him. He'll throw a nice bounce pass, and he'll get an easy dunk to Roberts.
It was a defensive mistake by Noah Clowney. He went for the fake, double-teamed the ball, left his man wide open. And it was a 2-on-1 situation at the rim for Houston. They get the easy dunk.
Miller works it back to Burnett left side, gives it off to Miller. Top of the arc, catch and shoot 3, too strong. Rebounded by Shed, and with Bama up 2, Houston will run the other way. Shed will kick it into the corner. They'll work it to the top of the arc now, and Sasser trying to shake free, can't, gives it off to Mark. Mark goes left side to Walker. Low post, he'll feed it to Roberts. Backing his way down on Bediako. Gets to the line, spins, shoots with the left hand, wouldn't go, and the rebound cleared by Clowney. That's that arc I was referencing when I said the line that's right around the basket. Here's Sears working right side. Clowney thought about it and said wisely, gives it back to Sears. 18 to shoot, 16:35 to play in the half. Clowney thought about a three, drives, had it poked away, knocked out of bounds, such last, they say, by Alabama. Wow. That ball got deflected by Houston, but Alabama claims that it was knocked straight out of bounds by the Cougars, and I think the right Doug Schow's missed that one.
Three officials missed that one, pretty clear, but great job defensively by Alabama's Charles Bediako in the first several series, forcing some difficult shots.
Still a 6-4 score early in this one. Here's Sasser throwing it right side, getting a return pass. Lost the handle because it's taken away by Burnett. He gives it ahead to Clowney, who will try to pick it up. Gets knocked out of bounds, touch last by Houston. And I'll be honest, I think the calls are now even. Yeah, that's all we ask.
Give Nate Oats the assist, getting in Doug Schow's ears. That one was a close call, went the way of the visitors. Unlike the last call, Alabama will get it back. Noah Clowney's doing a nice job, but has to understand that Houston is double teaming him right when he gets over half court, at least on that possession. Bama fortunate to get it back.
Reggie Chaney checks in, a senior, 6'8", 230, replacing Jahvon Roberts. Step back three for Miller, no good. Rebound tipped by Clowney to himself. Had it knocked away, but deflects it into the corner. Burnett, three-ball bottom. That is a bank first three by Nimari Burnett, and Bama leads Houston 9-4 with 15:50 remaining here in the opening half.
And one of the top rebounders in the SEC, Noah Clowney, getting the offensive rebound and kicking it out to his teammate.
Mark tries the three, dead on, no good. Rebounded by Bediako, and now Bama will come the other way. Here's Sears into the front court with it. Mark driving, working away from a double team to Clowney, right side. Miller, three, no good. And the rebound controlled by Shed, and the Cougars will run. They leave it for a trailer on the right side, and the three is missed there and then knocked out of bounds. Wow. It was clearly Reggie Chaney who knocked it out of bounds, but he climbed over a Bama player in the process. Timeout on the floor. 15:22 to go here in the opening half in Houston. 9-4 is our score. Jaden Bradley, Brandon Miller, Jahvon Quinerly, Noah Clowney, and we get one more. How about Noah Gurley? Your five out there now for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Houston countering with Ramon Walker Jr. as the newcomer into the basketball game as Bama will bring it front court to our right, leading it 9-4 here early. And then he had a walk called early on JQ, didn't get in the right spot, got himself in a bind and turned the ball over.
He was looking to kick it back to Noah Clowney, who had his back turned to him, but not a situation where you want to leave your feet and then make a decision. Another Alabama turnover.
Cougars work it down low. Chaney went for the dunk and it's blocked by Clowney. It picked up by Alabama, and the Tide will run the other way. Quinerly double team to Gurley, driving, dishing, throwing it away. Another Bama turnover. Got to take better care of it as the Cougs come the other way. Weaving through traffic, Sasser, fall away left side, no good. And Clowney getting every rebound right now for Alabama. Gives it ahead to Miller. Brandon stopping at the timeline, bringing it center of the floor. Reversing back left side to Gurley. Noah tripped as he drives into the lane. That will be whistled on Reggie Chaney. That'll be his first and team foul number 3 on the Cougars.
Have to limit turnovers. A couple of mistakes coming out of the timeout. Had Jahvon Quinerly leave his feet. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. Turns it over on the traveling call. Noah Gurley drives it in. If he it's a bounce pass instead of a chest pass, probably get a dunk, but unfortunately turned it over.
Bama does not, they do beat the 5-second count by getting a timeout. Jaden Bradley had to burn one right there. It was about 4.5 on the 5-second call upcoming from Don Daly, and Bama fortunate. Bama will inbound it from the baseline to the left of their own bucket. Quinerly will trigger it in. JQ gets the ball, now looking, gets it in the corner to Miller. Played through a shove and reverses back to JQ in the left corner. He'll drive to his right, gives it off to Brandon. Catch and shoot, deep three, short. Rebound fought for. Gurley got it, put it up, wouldn't go, but he got fouled. And that's great hustle from Noah Gurley, getting that rebound that actually hit the deck because everybody had boxed out. There was nobody there, and somehow he slipped through to really pick up a loose ball.
Yeah, another offensive rebound for Alabama. Previous possession, it was Noah Clowney getting the offensive rebound, kicking it out to Nimari Burnett for three. This time Noah Gurley gets it, gets fouled, and goes to the line.
Gurley shooting a pair, misses the first. That's an area where Bama needs to be really good today, taking advantage of those opportunities at the charity stripe. On the year, Alabama's 71% free throw shooting team, roughly the same for Houston at right at 70. Gurley with a second try upcoming. Made it, but did he step across the line? Somebody did, and that's going to be a missed shot. Somebody stepped inside the line. I think it was Rylan Griffen who stepped inside the arc too early, and that wipes it off. Goes down as 2 misses for Gurley, and those are his first 2 on 10 attempts from the free throw line this year. Here come the Cougars the other way with Sasser. Now left side to Shed. Shed to the top of the arc. Sasser gives it off down low. Chaney, tough shot, got it to go over Clowney. 9-6 now our score. Here's Bama with the ball in a 3-point lead. Quinerly throws the left-handed pass in the corner to Griffen. Now to Gurley. Drives to his right. Gets into the lane. Tried to pass to Clowney. Had it knocked away. Out of bounds, such last by the Cougars.
Well, it could have been a turnover. Just kind of flicked it to his teammate. That is not a pass that you want to see. Just fortunate for Alabama to get it back after the deflection out of bounds.
Nick Pringle checking in. Noah Clowney checking out for the Crimson Tide. Bama trying to get it in, and they do to Clowney. Gets knocked away, or excuse me, to JQ. It gets knocked away and stolen. Cougars come the other way with Shed.
It wasn't a great pass from Jaden Bradley, and that's why the ball got deflected.
Jumper from the right block, no good, and Pringle up high to clear it for Alabama. Now the Tide will push it. Good look. Griffen to Gurley, left-handed layup. No, the follow no good. Rebound fought for, and a tie-up is going to be called, and they are still refusing to relinquish the ball down low as Bama missed 2 point-blank looks, although both were challenged, and the arrow is going to favor the Cougars.
Missed opportunities for Alabama. 2 misses at the free throw line after the violation. This time a missed layup, a missed putback. Both of those should have gone down, especially the putback. The layup initially from Noah Gurley was contested. It was a tough layup attempt, but the putback, an easy one by the freshman Rylan Griffen, not able to get it to go down, and Houston gets the ball.
Here come the Cougars with Bama up 9-6, 13:24 to go here in the opening half. They work the ball into the left corner and then throw it into the post. Backing his way down will be Jahvon Roberts. He'll spin left, puts it up with the left hand, missed everything. Rebound fought for, knocked out of bounds, touched last by Houston.
Boy, Alabama's interior defense has been terrific. This time Nick Pringle forcing a difficult shot, with Roberts able to back him down, but Nick Pringle able to give ground, play physical defense, but do it without fouling.
Bama with the basketball. Gurley left to the circle, driving, spinning into the lane, got away with a little bit of a walk, missed the shot, had it partially blocked, and the rebound controlled by Houston. Here come the Cougars the other way with Shed. Shed driving onto the right wing, keeps the dribble alive, will back it out to the timeline. Now goes inside the arc, goes down the lane, bounce pass inside, ball knocked away, a scramble on the deck, fighting. Boy, it's a knife fight in there, and who's going to come out with it? Nobody. A tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor Alabama. This is not for the faint of heart.
Listen, both teams pride themselves on toughness, defense, getting on the floor for loose balls, and they are not disappointing in those areas. Now the shooting numbers, that leaves a little bit to be desired. Houston 1 for their last 8, Alabama 0 for their last 5. Bunch of turnovers, bunch of loose balls, but you can't question the effort on both ends.
9-6 still our score with 12.5 to go here in the first half of play. Bama with the basketball, JQ on the drive. They're going to call a foul on the Cougars. I think it's going to be on Javier Francis, guilty of the foul.
That's a good job by JQ of just forcing the issue. Didn't have much of a seam to the basket, but took the angle, forced the defense into foul.
Bradley to inbound it from the baseline. Looking, trying to beat the count. Just does to Gurley. Great catch in traffic. Noah dribbling a handoff. Bradley down the lane. Off the glass. Got it to go despite getting hacked.
Got to be tough and physical in this game. Jaden Bradley, the freshman, able to do it. Take the contact. Took it up high. And right now, he and Sasser pushing Jaden Bradley away in frustration with the official standing right there, but doesn't get the call.
Here's Shed on the drive left side, throws it into the right corner. They'll work it around the horn, down the lane. Sasser, floater, no good. Rebound tipped into the air twice, 3 times. Scramble again for it. Bodies colliding, and a foul is going to be whistled on Alabama. But you can live with that because the effort from Nick Pringle and everybody else wearing crimson and white, for that matter, absolutely fantastic. 1968 or 1983, which would have me more concerned about the dream in Big E.
Some great players in this Houston program, but it's been a long time since they've been relevant in college basketball, with the exception of the last few years. But they are back in a big way as the #1 team in the country.
Shed works it around the horn onto the right side to Walker. Down into the block, they'll work it. Spinning, shooting off the glass, and scoring is Javier Francis. The 6'8 sophomore cuts the Bama lead down to 3. 11-8 with 11.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Miller goes onto the right side to JQ. Quinerly looking, drives to the top of the arc. Had it poked away, got it back. He tries to reverse field, has the dribble still alive. Goes down the lane, gets bumped, kicks it out. Clowney walks. Traveling violation. Bama turns it over again. Shuffled the feet as he was trying to get that running start, and he clearly walked there.
Jahvon Quinerly trying to find Noah Clowney, who was spotting up for the three-point line. Houston doing a good job of closing out. Took that extra step before he put the ball on the deck, and another Alabama turnover.
Cougars with the ball right side, and a push is going to be called on Sears. He got tangled up with Ramon Walker just as Walker was trying to catch a pass. He went to the deck, and Keith Kimball really had no choice but to blow the whistle right there. They've let some things go, but that was an obvious one. Cougars inbound the basketball. You get to Shed. Shed will drive to the near side, throws it back top of the arc to Walker. Walker right wing to Mark. Mark will throw it into the low post now. Francis trying to drive against Bediako. Tough shot, left hand, no good. And another man-sized rebound by Noah Clowney. Outlet pass to Sears, and you got guys tangled up away from the basketball, and a double foul is going to be called, I believe, on Bediako and also on Javier Francis.
Let's go back to that defensive possession. Great job by Alabama, and that was an NBA-level rebound by Noah Clowney. The freshman went up high, and the strength in his hands to corral that ball. That is a big-time rebound. That's why he's one of the top rebounding freshmen in the country. To get those traffic rebounds, that's not easy to do for a variety of reasons, but Noah Clowney showing you some toughness right there.
Inbounds pass goes to Sears, gives it back to JQ. Trying to work away from a double team, now has it in man-to-man defense, gives it back to Bediako. Nice kick in the corner. Sears, 3, in and out, no good. Rebound claimed by Miller, though, as he came crashing in. A reset to 20 on the shot clock for Bama. Miller on the wing, driving, had it poked away, out of bounds. No, they say touched last by Miller. I thought it was touched by the Cougars, but Miller simply lost the handle, apparently, and it will go back to Houston with 10:26 remaining here in the first half, and the Tide on top 11-8.
Alabama dominating the glass 15-6 against Houston, but the turnover numbers mounting. 9 Alabama turnovers already here with 10 minutes to play in the first half.
Here's Shed front court with it for the Cougars. Driving the right side, playing off of a screen. Little teardrop from 12 is good, and it's a one-point game. 11-10. Bama still with the lead with 10:08 remaining here in the opening half. JQ with it out high, trying to work away from the double team. To Clowney, left side, 3-ball, too strong. Rebound tipped and controlled by the Cougars, and they look to take their first lead of the day. They'll bring it front court to Shed. Shed driving, dishing. Right side to Arsenault. Arsenault threw it into the back court, where it is saved initially by the Cougars, but they throw it away, and Bama will get the ball back. Turnover by Houston with 9:45 remaining here in the opening half, and Bama on top, 11-10. Sears getting it front court. Taking it off of a screen, going left side. Reverses back near side to JQ. Quinerly to the top of the arc, driving down the lane. Tried to lay it up, had it blocked out of bounds, touched last by the Cougars as Nimari Burnett will check in and replace Quinerly for the Crimson Tide.
This Houston team's so good on the defensive end. They do it with physicality, angles, quickness. Right there, JQ had an angle to the basket, but great defensive play to knock it out of bounds by the Cougars.
Excuse me, Bryan. Sears will inbound it from the baseline, beats the count, getting it to Burnett, who's checked back in for Alabama. Nimari flips it back to Sears near side. Sears trying to work away from the bigger defender, throws it in the corner. Clowney, catch and shoot three, bottom. It rattled around, it dropped home, and Noah Clowney gives Bama a 14-10 advantage.
Great pass by Sears, no hesitation by Noah Clowney. Let it fly from the corner and knocks down another one.
8.6 boards already in 9 minutes of work for Noah Clowney. Here comes Houston the other way. Jahvon Mark with it left of the circle. Pulls up from 17. Jumper is good. Tough shot from 17 feet and makes it a 2-point game again. 14-12 our score. Here's Miller with it, trying to extend the Bama lead. Driving down the lane, stopping on a dime, kicking it back to Clowney, now to Sears. Back to Clowney for three, right side, no good. Rebound tipped to control by Houston. Cougars trying to tie it up or take the lead with a three. Front court with a basketball. They'll go to Mark and now to Arsenault and back now to Shed. Shed surveying the floor, calling for a screen, gets one from Walker. Splits defenders, kicks it over to Walker. Now into the right corner, Arsenault, three, blocked by Clowney, saved by Alabama. That was Burnett, and now Bama the other way with Miller. Miller changing directions down the lane, tough shot, blocked out of bounds by the Cougars.
I tell you what, two of the best defensive possessions that you'll see back to back. Great job by Alabama in helping recover defense, and Houston making the extra pass, Alabama recovering and getting a block shot to save out of bounds. And right there, what a move by the freshman Brandon Miller. Able to hesitate, get inside. It looked like he was going to get a layup, but the recovery by Houston knocked the ball out of bounds.
Miller trying to get it in bounds. Not easy to do, and throws it all the way in the back court. Will be run down by Clowney. Noah will bring it ahead. 17 on the shot clock. 8:02 to play in the first half. Bama on top, 14-12. Sears swings it right side, throws it away. A turnover picked off by Walker. Drives in, lays it up, got fouled by Clowney, and that will send Walker to the line when we come back.
As Houston has veterans, Alabama has young guys who are competitive, who are getting better and better. This is a great opportunity for this young Alabama team in a tough environment against the Cougars.
Jarris Walker, the 6'8 freshman, knocks down the first free throw. Second attempt trying to tie it at 14. Can't do it. Missed it. And the rebound controlled by Bediako. Gives the ball up to Jaden Bradley, who will walk it ahead for the Crimson Tide. Bradley dribbles to his right, trying to work away from a double team. Gives it off to Miller, top of the arc. Brandon working against the defender in Roberts. Drives left. Throws a high pass off the glass. Ball knocked around. Gurley picks it up. Drives in. They're going to call him for a walk. Traveling violation is going to give it back to the Cougars after the 11th turnover. It's not always steals or deflections. It's the threat of what they can do that can create turnovers such as that one.
Yeah, I like where Alabama went after the timeout. Went to Brandon Miller. Got a good look, just not able to convert. Great job getting on the offensive glass, but unfortunately, another situation where Gurley shuffled his pivot foot.
Houston works it into the low post. Roberts backing his way down on Bediako. Tough shot, had it to go. And the Cougars have their first lead with 7:12 remaining in the first half. And the crowd goes to another octave after that. Gurley on the drive, gives it off to Bradley. Nice give back to Noah. He's going to lay it up, count it, and he is fouled.
Great job by Jaden Bradley getting the ball inside. The defense converged. He gets it to Noah Gurley, who turned it over on the last possession. This time has a chance to make up for it with a three-point play opportunity.
I'll be honest, with so few fouls called and so many turnovers whistled, I was afraid that was going to be a walk on Gurley and they'd wipe off the basket. Instead, I got a little treat here before Christmas. The and one opportunity for Noah Gurley. The transfer from Furman, can't convert the and one, and the rebound is controlled by the Cougars, Jarris Walker. Houston bringing it front court. Shed driving to his right, going downhill, floater up, no good. Rebound claimed though by Roberts, throws it back out onto the wing, and they get a reset. They'll try to spin away from trouble with Mark. He'll dribble, drive, give it off to Walker. Steps through, little teardrop, missed, and Gurley up high to claim it for Alabama. Here comes Bradley the other way. Gets the ball into the front court, plays off the screen, drives left, plays through contact, got leveled, knocked to the deck, and he's a little slow to get up right here.
Great job by Jaden Bradley on back-to-back possessions, getting inside the Houston defense, which is not easy to do. Previous possession, dropped it off to Noah Gurley, who got fouled, made the bucket. This time, Jaden Bradley able to take the contact across the arm, and he'll go to the line for two.
Bradley showed his toughness in hopping up as quickly as he did, as he absolutely got decked on that play. Free throw upcoming from Jaden.
I tell you, in this arena, and I don't know if you could tell on TV, hard to see on the radio as well, by the way.
Yes.
The video board behind the basket is extremely distracting.
Yeah. And it's on both ends, but I bet it's not quite as active when they shoot. What do you bet?
I know it's not, because we've seen it.
Second free throw up and good as Bradley makes one of two with 6:25 remaining here in the opening half, and the Crimson Tide enjoying a 17-15 lead. Walker the other way for the Cougars. Gives it up now, Shed. They'll give it off on a curl to Mark. High floater missed. Rebounded Gurley. And here comes Bama the other way. Ahead into the front court, it will be Bradley. Gives it off to Gurley. Back to Bradley again. 6 minutes remaining in the half. Bama the ball in a 2-point lead over top-ranked Houston. The 8th-ranked Tide goes to Burnett. Left side three, no good. Rebounded Gurley, and a foul is going to be called on the Cougars again.
Had Brandon Miller early in the break. Jaden Bradley didn't see him. He wanted the ball. He hasn't had many opportunities where he's been open. Need to get him going. That would have been a good opportunity, but Noah Gurley getting on the offensive glass, takes the foul, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Sasser guilty of his second personal, and that is team foul number 8 on the Cougars. So as Bryan said, it's a 1-and-1 for Noah Gurley, trying to add to a 2-point Alabama advantage. Free throw up, free throw missed, and Bama fails to convert once again. Crimson Tide only 2 of 7. May as well be 2 of 8, as that was a 1-and-1 that failed to find the mark. Sasser trying to shake free from Burnett. Gets into the lane, gives it off. They'll kick it into the right corner to Mark. Mark with a left-handed dribble. Gets to the top of the circle, reverses back to the right side, and Jarris Walker. Walker working against Gurley. Bulls his way in, knocked away, nearly stolen, but controlled by Houston. They'll shoot a jumper just before the shot clock expired. That one is good, and it ties the score at 17. Here's Bradley the other way to the rim. Reverse layup, too strong, and the rebound controlled by the Cougars. And now they will bring it ahead again.
Great move by Jaden Bradley. Went with the reverse, just not able to get the roll.
Mark, tough floater from the right side. Got it to go with the left hand, and it's a 2-point lead for Houston at 19-17, just their second lead of the day. We've got 4:55 to go in this first half. Bradley throws it right side. Burnett, 3-ball, bottom. Big make right there. A huge bank first three-pointer from Nimari Burnett, and Alabama goes back up 20-19.
Would love to get Nimari Burnett going from the 3-point line. Nice find by Jaden Bradley, and he knocks it down.
Walker working against Gurley. Downhill, tough shot, and got it to go. Wow. That one died on the rim and then fell through the cylinder to give Houston the lead again at 21-20. Here's Bradley with it for Bama, driving, gets down the lane, off the glass and in. Jaden Bradley willed that one in over the defender Reggie Chaney, and Alabama goes back up 22-21.
Jaden Bradley looks physically a lot like these Houston guards. He has size and strength and able to finish at the rim as a result.
Between the circles, it's Shed, trying to work off the screen from Chaney. Jumper short, an air ball that's saved, though, by the Cougars. They nearly throw it away, but Shed will give it back to Sasser. Sasser with 5 to shoot, with 3 to shoot, gets to the rim, puts it up. It's going to be a foul called on Alabama, and that's going to likely be on Charles Bediako. It is, and that will be his second. Timeout on the floor, 3:46 to go.
level and not only competing but leading. That could change here with a couple of free throws coming up for one of the best players in the country, Marcus Sasser.
Sasser going to the stripe for the Cougars, where on the year he's made 29 of 33 for 88% from the free throw line. His first attempt is up, and I talked so well about him, he missed. Another try upcoming that would tie the score at 22 if he could get it to go. That one is good. Nick Pringle back in for the Crimson Tide as Clowney gets a breather. Here's Quinerly front court, throwing it to Noah Gurley. Takes a dribble, picks it up, gives it back to JQ. Driving to his right, gets down the lane. Little teardrop off the glass, in for two. Bama back up 24-22.
That's one thing that makes JQ so good. It's hard to time your block against him. He jumped off the wrong foot, his right foot with the right hand. Unnatural looking play, but something JQ practices often.
Here's Shed with the basketball. Gives it off onto the right wing. And a trip's going to be called on Nimari Burnett.
Well, that's a mistake because it sends Houston to the line, and Marcus Sasser, a really good free throw shooter, even though he missed one earlier. Close to a 90% free throw shooter, far away from the basket. Can't fault the effort of Nimari Burnett. He's playing extremely hard here on both ends of the floor, but a couple opportunities possibly for Houston coming up.
First free throw up, that one is good. And there will be another try upcoming from Marcus Sasser. Again, Sasser playing with 2 fouls as well. Alabama would love to go at him, find a way to get the third on the top scorer for the Cougars. They'll have to get a foul from him on the bench because Kelvin Sampson is going to get him out right here with 3:09 to go in the half and get Walker back into the game for the Cougs. Bama basketball, 3:03 to play first half. JQ, the step through, lost it. Taken away by the Cougars, and they'll come the other direction. Shed into the front court. No look pass, Walker. Left side three, no good. Rebounded by JQ, and he'll start the break the other way for Alabama. Cougars fill in defensively. Quinerly trying to shake free, held on the play, and a nice move. Javier Francis, check that. Ramon Walker guilty of the foul by the Cougars, and that will be their 9th team foul.
Another Alabama turnover, but Bama did a great job of getting back in transition defense and forced a difficult shot. It looked to be open initially from Walker, but a great contest. Alabama able to get it out in transition and force the foul, and JQ goes to the line for a 1-and-1.
Quinerly, 4 of 5 on the season so far from the stripe. Again, missed the first 3 ball games because of the ACL surgery in the last game of last year. He knocks down the front end of a 1-and-1. And that will allow Mark Sears to check in, replacing Burnett.
Chris, we've been doing this a long time together, 20 years, 4 years as a player, seen a lot of college basketball. This is the most distracting background video board I've ever seen.
Alabama can't convert. Quinerly misses.
And again, they don't do that for the home team. A huge advantage here for the Cougars.
2:37 and moving, time left here in the first half. Bama up 25-24. Shed trying to change it, can't. Missed the floater. Rebounded by Gurley, nearly threw it away, but Quinerly saved it. JQ front court for Alabama, weaving to his left. Cut off, changes direction, goes right then left. Tried to throw it right side, got knocked away from him. Here come the Cougars. They'll drive in, they'll throw it home. A nasty dunk on the part of Jamal Shed to give Houston a 26-25 lead with 2:05 to go in the half. Brandon Miller the other way to Gurley. All alone, left side three, too strong. Rebound secured by the Cougars. Boy, it would have helped quiet things if that one had dropped. Instead, it's at a fever pitch now as they work it to Walker.
That was a tough sequence for Noah Gurley.
Shed with the basketball. Backing it out, working against JQ. Shed to his right, now to his left, going down the lane. Stops, looks, throws it out to Mark. 7 on the shot clock. Mark working against Sears. Tough shot, left hand, brick. Rebounded by JQ, and he'll come the other way. Flips it ahead to Bama. Sears cut off, and that is going to be a foul on the Cougars.
Great job by Mark Sears defensively against Trayvon Mark. It's 6'5", 6'6", giving up about 6 inches, but forced a difficult mid-range jumper. JQ out in transition, finds his fellow point guard, Mark Sears, who gets the ball inside, gets to the line, and it'll be the double bonus. 2 shots coming up for Sears.
Big knock it down with the snow globe being shaken through the backboard that he's looking into. And he does indeed knock down the first. A minute 26 to go here in the first half. Sears trying to knock this one down, and he does, to give Bama the lead again at 27-26. $1:20 to go before intermission. Walker, left side to Mark. Mark pivoting, backing it out to the timeline, then feeding it off to Shed. Shed working against Sears, crosses right, goes left now, gets into the paint, little floater is up and good. Nobody stepped up, he got too deep into the lane, able to give the Cougars the 1-point edge again. Bama basketball, under a minute to go in the half. Right corner, Miller, Brandon to Gurley, back to Brandon left side. Trying to shake free, Miller with the ball, looking for his first points of the day. Going left, spinning right, tough shot, no, rebounded the miss initially, but knocked it out of bounds. Again, the ball goes back to the Cougars.
Frustrating half for one of the best freshmen in the country, Brandon Miller. Thought he got fouled and also didn't think that ball was out on him, but it'll go back to the Cougars. Bama in a great position, just down 1 with Brandon Miller. Its leading scorer having not scored here with 40 seconds to go in the first half.
40.6 seconds remaining in the opening half. The use it or lose it timeout being utilized by Kelvin Sampson, the veteran head coach of the Cougars.
With under a minute to play in the first half. So a lot of areas that Alabama can improve in the second half, but still in a great spot.
Little pressure in the backcourt being applied by the Crimson Tide. Shed now will hurry at front court. He will get a pass. He'll work it left side. Mark, catch and shoot on the 3, and there's the first made 3 of the half for the Cougars, and they lead by 4. Alabama wants to hold it for the final shot. Bradley to Miller near side. Back to Jaden Bradley, the freshman, with a dribble near center court. Working against Shed. He'll work off the screen, going left side. 10, 9, now 8 left in the half. Bradley on the drive, gets into the lane, hesitates, tough shot off the glass, no, a wild shot. 2 seconds, 1, the half ends, and Houston with a flurry, able to finish it off and take the 31-27 advantage into the locker room. Coach Nate Oats joining us here courtside. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, we got to make free throws. We got to take care of the ball. Our defense is pretty good.
Clowney, Bediako, and Miller, the 5 on the floor. Same 5 that started half number 1. We'll start half number 2 for the Cougars. Shed, Sasser, Mark, Walker, and Roberts. Houston basketball up by 4. Sasser pulling up from 14 and knocks it down.
That's Marcus Sasser's first field goal of the game. Alabama's done a great job against him. That one too easy.
Miller trying to answer on the other end. Kicks it over on the right side to Burnett. Nimari giving it off to Sears. High ball screen with the big fella. Sears stops in the lane. Kicks it back out to Miller. Works to his left. Drives to his left. Offensive foul is going to be called as Mark got in the way and Miller got called for the push. A little frustration for the freshman that we haven't seen very often in his young Alabama career.
Well, you see where each coach wants to go in the first offensive possession to their star. Marcus Sasser has success with a mid-range jumper right there. Brandon Miller, a little bit of a push-off, gets called for the offensive foul.
Mark giving it off to Sasser, weaving through traffic, stopping, sliding, throwing it out. Miller nearly got the deflection, but Mark saves it for Houston. Now Mark on the drive, stops on the right block, kicks it onto the wing. 3 ball is up, no good. Weak side rebound claimed by Roberts, and a reset to 20 for the Cougs. Here's Shed with the basketball, driving to his right, gets down the lane, kicks it into the right corner. Mark spins, shoots, and makes it 3. Boy, it looks ugly when it leaves its hand, but it works, and the Cougars have their biggest lead for either side in this one. Bama with the basketball, trailing 36-27. Sears driving left, stopping, throwing it back out. Burnett steps into a three, no good, but he got fouled by Walker, and that'll be 3 shots upcoming for Nimari Burnett, and Bama needs all 3 of those to be made.
Yeah, Alabama fortunate right there as Walker, a little bit of contact against Burnett. Nimari was deep in his momentum, took him into the defender. Not a ton of contact right there, but we'll certainly take it as he got Nimari on the arm, and 3 opportunities coming up at the line for Nimari Burnett.
Alabama only 5 of 11 from the stripe in the first half, and Burnett able to knock down the first free throw there. Alabama now 6 of 12 for the ball game. Second attempt upcoming. That one's perfect.
Struggling from the free throw line, turning the ball over, and your star 0 for 7. Not a great recipe for success against the nation's #1 team, but Alabama not in a bad spot, even though Houston able to extend the lead.
Free throw up, popped out, no good. So Burnett 2 out of 3, and the lead stays at 7 for the Cougars. Shed with the basketball, trying to drive to his right, cut off by Sears. Keeps the dribble alive. Over on the left side to Sasser. Sasser had it poked away by Sears and now picked up by Shed. Shed working off of a screen, left alone. Will try a 3 and make it. And they're starting to heat up as Bama is missing some defensive assignments.
Alabama's perimeter defense has been excellent all game long until the last possession of the first half and the first couple of the second half.
Burnett, the kick in the corner. Clowney 3 to answer, popped out. It was halfway down and then rattled out. The Cougars up 10 will run the other way. They'll go to Shed out high, or Sasser, excuse me, out high. Working against Miller, and this is a crucial time right here for Bama with 17:44 to go in the half. Driving, Sasser stepping through, count it, and he is fouled, and one opportunity as Charles Bediako is guilty of his 3rd personal.
Alabama came with the quick double team, but great job by the veteran Marcus Sasser. The hesitation dribble got him loose and had the angle against the 7-footer Charles Bediako. Not a ton of contact, but enough to get the foul called and a 3-point play opportunity coming up for Houston.
Timeout Bama, 17:39 to go. Cougars leading at 41-29 here in Houston on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Taking advantage here early in the second half.
Sasser going to the line where Houston today is only 4 of 6. Alabama 7 of 14, but Sasser converts the and one to give Houston a 42-29 advantage. 42-29 Houston. Up 13 with 17:28 left to play. Burnett back to Sears, center of the floor. Sears driving, stopping, looking, needs help. Ball knocked away and stolen. Still, Miller lays it up and in for 2, and boy, Bediako's lucky he didn't get his 4th called on him right there. Bama rattled right now, trailing by 15, 44-29 with 17:05 to go. Sears trying to drive into the lane, pump fake, shot, blocked, tried to get it back, got mugged, and they finally call it as, again, Houston rabid. The Cougars swarming. Bama answered in the first half, didn't answer it in the first 5.
It's been 3 minutes of actual game time where it's gone from a 1-point deficit, made the 3 to end the half, Houston did, and then a quick run here for the Cougars, and all of a sudden, you're down 15.
Here's Burnett with the basketball, bringing it out high. Gives it off to Sears on the right wing. Mark driving right, tried to step back, instead gave it off to Burnett. 8 to shoot, he'll let it fly from 3, it's short. Rebound picked up by the Cougars, and Alabama was getting all the rebounds in the first half. Now it's all Houston. A deep 3, and that one is no good, thankfully, by Sasser, but the long rebound is run down by Mark, and then a charge is going to be called on him. Great job, Nimari Burnett, getting in the way of Trayvon Mark, who's guilty of the obvious offensive foul. In 4 new players in for Nate Oats, Griffen, Bradley, Quinerly, and Gurley all coming in, and he'll leave Noah Clowney in the ball game right now.
Alabama's got to settle down offensively, take care of the ball, not A great look on the last possession, a contested deep three by Nimari Burnett. Give Houston credit. They are guarding Alabama at a high level, but Bama needs to settle down, get some good looks.
JQ right side to Clowney. Noah on the drive, goes downhill, puts it up, got it to go off the glass, and he willed that one in for Bama's big bucket right there to make it a 13-point game.
Tough move by a tough young player, Noah Clowney, with double digits. Took some contact and finishes off the glass.
Tide needs some stops right here. Sasser on the drive, gets into the paint. Tough floater, no good. Rebounded by Griffen, and Rylan will bring it ahead himself. Now flips it in transition to JQ. The step through, and they're going to call a foul on the Cougars. 2 shots upcoming for Jahvon Quinerly when we come back. A little bit of a pulse for Alabama now. Down 44-31, 15-54. A lot of hoops left here. In the senior can't get the first one to drop. Hit the front iron, hit the glass, hit the front iron again, and fell off to the floor. Alabama just 7 of 15 from the free throw line, and a couple of those were 1-and-1s. That one's perfect. And Alabama gets back to within a dozen. 44-32 with 15:52 remaining in the ball game. Cougars get it into the front court. Shed. A little weave out high now, is driving and throwing it home. A missed assignment there by Bama. Jahvon
It was a mistake by Noah Clowney. He went for the pass fake, left his man wide open, and the defense not able to rotate in time because of the mistake of Clowney.
JQ with the basketball, has it near side. Shake and bake move, gets into the paint, has his shot attempt blocked beautifully by Roberts, and here comes Houston the other way. Shed driving to the baseline, circles under the basket, goes all the way out to the wing. Gives it off now to Mark. Mark back to Shed with 15-12 to go and 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Shed, a bounce pass knocked away and stolen by Bama. Here comes Griffen spinning away from trouble, and then he loses the handle. Another turnover by the Tide. Cougars with the basketball with 14:54 to play. 46-32, Houston with the lead.
Alabama's 15th turnover of the game.
Driving right side, stopping, changing direction, Sasser. Down the lane, tough shot, blocked by Clowney. Knocked out of bounds, such last by the Crimson Tide. But Clowney, great effort, great intensity, and he'll stay on the floor, or will he? Gurley initially had come out, and Nate Oats says, no, I want to get Clowney out of the game, and he does. So Clowney will get a breather with 14:41 to go. Cougars will try a three, right side, too strong. Rebound run down nicely on the part of Rylan Griffen. Let's see what Bama can get going, down 14. JQ on the right side, shake and bake move. Gives it off, near side. Bradley over to Gurley, trying to dribble away from trouble, shovels it to Bradley, goes in strong, off the glass, count it, and he's fouled. The and one opportunity upcoming for the freshman, Jaden Bradley.
Wasn't a great looking offensive possession. Noah Gurley almost lost control of the ball trying to drive the lane, but got it to Jaden Bradley, who's had a nice game, taking the ball to the basket. He's got 7 points, a chance to add to that. Took the contact, off the glass and in.
Bradley, as Bryan told you, 7 points, couple of assists in 10 minutes. And confusion on their part of the officials, as Houston got a sub in after the ball had been handed already to Jaden Bradley. Let's see if he can, after making it, having it wiped off, can convert here, and he does. So the and one for Bradley.
Free throw.
He did. Was better on the practice one than he was that one, but it still counts. Here comes Tremont Mark, front court for Houston, working against Rylan Griffen. Mark giving it off top of the circle to Roberts. Roberts left side to Sasser. Down low, they'll feed it again to Chaney. Backing his way down, spinning up and under move, and he got hacked. And I'll say this, Nick Pringle got his money's worth there.
It was a clear foul, but Nate Oats wanted the traveling call before the foul. Nick Pringle came over, went for the pump fake, didn't have a choice but to foul, and that'll send Houston back to the line.
14 minutes left to play. Houston with Chaney at the stripe, misses the free throw. He'll have another attempt upcoming. Chaney's second attempt is good. So 1 of 2 for Chaney. And it's a 47-35 Houston advantage with 13:52 to go. Bama to Quinerly, top of the arc. JQ backing it out, working off the screen. Had it knocked away, but picked up by Pringle. He'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll score. Great toughness there from Nick Pringle to get the Bama bucket.
Got the loose ball, thought he was going to kick it out to Noah Gurley, who was open in the corner. Thought better of it, went inside, took a little contact, off the glass and in.
Bama's got it down to 10. Mark getting away with a push-off, working against Rylan Griffen. Mark going left side, puts up a tough jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed by Bradley, and he'll start the break. Bradley going downhill, goes down the lane, and a blocking foul is going to be whistled on the Cougars.
Alabama got the stop and got out in transition. Would love to see more of that here in the second half. Good job by Jaden Bradley. Took the contact, and are they going to say that he was not in his shooting motion? I thought he was going to the line for 2, and it looks like they're going to say that was on the floor, and Alabama will have to inbound the ball.
That's the 16th foul this half on Houston. Bama's been guilty of 3. Cougars will get Sasser back on the floor as Bradley will inbound it from the baseline. Trying to trigger it in, gets it into the corner to JQ, brings it to the wing. Nice bounce pass inside, tough shot, and a foul's going to be called on Mark as Pringle was going in to throw it home, but then Mark committed his second consecutive foul, and that is his 4th. So the 4th foul on Tremont Mark, the 6'5", 195-pound sophomore for the Cougars, who's got 10 points and a couple of boards in 23 minutes. Nick Pringle at the stripe for Alabama, shooting 2 free throws. Seabrook, South Carolina native, misses the first. The transfer from Dodge City Community College. Couldn't get it to go.
Nick Pringle has not attempted a free throw on the season before that one.
Only had 4 total shots, but he does make the second free throw, so 1 of 2 for Nick, and Alabama cuts into single digits again, 47-38. The 8th ranked tied against the top-ranked Houston Cougars. Here inside Houston, Texas, as Bama's going to be guilty of a foul out beyond the arc, trying to get a deflection and a steal. Fouls whistled on Alabama instead.
And Rylan Griffen almost got the steal, had an angle, a little bit of contact, and got caught for the foul before what was almost an Alabama turnover, headed the other way.
Cougars will inbound it, throw it back court to Shed. He'll get it front court and then throw a bounce pass on the left side. Cougars with the basketball, driving. Sasser cut off, gives it to Shed again with 7 on the shot clock. Shed will drive and dish left side. Ball gets thrown away. A turnover committed by the Cougars.
That is great defense by the freshman Jaden Bradley against the All-American Marcus Sasser. They cleared out, wanted to go 1-1 against the freshman, but Jaden Bradley did a great job and made him give it up.
Here comes Bama the other way, trailing by 9. JQ on the drive, gets underneath, had his shot blocked from behind, and the ball controlled by the Cougars, and then JQ got hit in the face. There was no whistle for it. Sasser comes the other direction. They'll throw it down low, then they'll kick it in the corner. That's going to be a blocking foul whistled on Pringle. Foul whistled on Pringle. And I think they're going to review this one to see if that's a flop on the Crimson Tide. Kelvin Sampson and now the Houston fans claiming flop. But when you get punched in the face, basically, albeit inadvertently, that's not flopping.
Alabama's been able to get this back within single digits because of the job on the defensive end. And we talked about with this run by Houston, the crowd getting into it, could Alabama show some maturity and toughness when things aren't going your way offensively? And at least for the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've done that. They've shown some toughness and maturity. No field goals for the Cougars in the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That's going to need to continue here in the second half, and hopefully the offense will follow.
So let's see what Don Daly's gone with here. Common foul, I believe, is the signal. No flop. I know one thing, Slim Fast is not a corporate partner here courtside. 12:25 remaining here in the second half. Houston with a 47-38 lead over Alabama. The Cougars will inbound it from the baseline. Inbounds goes to Sasser. Gives it up top to Shed. Back to Sasser on the right wing. Throws in the low post. Deflection, and a foul is going to be called on Pringle. He came over the top trying to knock it away, and he did, but he got some of the arm as well. We've seen a lot more contact in this game as Pringle's guilty of his fourth. Clowney will come in to replace him. However, they're calling things much more tightly here in the second half than they were in the first. Sears also in. JQ will exit. Again, 12:18 is our time left. Bama trailing 47-38 to the Cougars. Shed with the basketball. Throws it left side to Sasser. Dumps it into the low post. Backing his way down, spinning up and under move. Shot miss. Clowney rebounding the miss after Cheney couldn't get it to go. Here's Bama the other way with Bradley. Crosses over. Gets into the lane. Bounce pass into the corner. Griffen, three, bottom. Big make right there. Rylan Griffen, a bank first three-pointer, and Bama is back to within 6.
Great job by Jaden Bradley. Got in the lane, took some contact, almost walked, but didn't. Found his freshman teammate in the corner, Rylan Griffen, who knocked it down.
Shed, teardrop in the lane, good off the glass. Nate Oats not happy as Bama missed an assignment there. Here comes the Tide the other way, down 8. Sears working top of the arc. Sears playing off the screen from Gurley. Gives it off left side, Griffen. Griffen driving baseline, trying to dribble away from traffic. Gets into the lane, nice feed, Clowney. Nice kick, Sears. Spot up, three, bottom. Back to back. Bank first threes for the Tide, and Alabama is to within 5, but you got to get it done on the defensive end, even though the offense is picking up for the Crimson Tide.
Noah Clowney had the ball right at the rim, had a defender on him, but saw Mark Sears wide open in the corner, found his teammate who knocked down another 3 for Bama.
Sasser on the drive, gets into the lane, missed the lean-in shot, ball knocked around, a scramble, a flip shot up and in for 2 by Jarris Walker. Boy, it is a battle on both ends, and Houston had a deflection go their way, and it brings us to a media time.
And it's the first time Alabama has played a #1 team in the country in like a week and a half.
That's exactly right.
Tough schedule
forever
for Alabama.
It is indeed. Here comes Bama the other way, again trailing it 51-44. Tide works it to Rylan Griffen, fakes the 3, drives in the lane, lays it up and in for 2. The freshman aggressive again. He's had a 3. He gets a bucket there, and Alabama pulls back to within 5.
Knocking down 3s, and right there the defense took it away. He does a nice job of taking what the defense gave him, drove in a nice finger roll.
Roberts, tough shot in the paint, wouldn't go. Gurley clears the miss, and Alabama will come the other way. Bradley front court. Jaden driving downhill, had it taken away, and a tie-up is going to be called, and the arrow is going to favor Alabama. Boy, Houston, so tough on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive play by Walker. Jaden Bradley has done a great job here in the second half getting in the lane.
Clowney hands it off. Gets a return pass from Griffen. Clowney kicks it left side to Gurley. Tried to go baseline, couldn't. Had it knocked away, had his arm raked. They'll throw it to Bradley. Flips a shot up short, and the rebound control by Houston. Jaden had a good look, just couldn't get it to go. Here's Shed the other way for the Cougars. Steps through, lays it in for 2.
Just had a quickness advantage against the power forward, Noah Clowney. The hesitation move got him free.
Nice move. Sears lays it up and in for two. A beautiful move with the left hand. And Bama's back to within 5 at 53-48.
That is a tough shot with his back to the basket. But soft hands, nice touch, and able to get the friendly roll.
Shed with the ball front court for the Cougars. Working against Sears. Shed backing it out near the midcourt stripe. Sears still on him. He's trying to play off the screen. He'll drive right. He'll stop. He'll shoot a tough contested jumper, and a foul is going to be called on Mark Sears. Says he got him on the arm, Don Daly does. And that will send Shed to the line to shoot a pair. 17th foul on Alabama. 7 also whistled on Houston this half. Shed's first of 2 shots. Up and good.
Brandon Miller will check back in this game. He's been on the Alabama bench for extended minutes, and it has been a struggle for the star freshman in this game. 0 for 7, but before he checked in, had a nice long chat with Nate Oats. Couldn't hear the conversation too loud in this building, but just in front of us had an extended conversation. Hopefully that'll get Brandon going on the offensive end.
Shed hits both, and the crowd back loud again as Bradley will drive and give it off to Sears. Mark into the lane, tried to step through, got fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus. And with 9 minutes to go, Bama has not been very good from the charity stripe, only 10 of 19. But they're going to have a chance to make some hay because they've been able to get downhill and draw some whistles. Now they got to convert at the line.
Alabama guards have done a much better job here in the second half of getting in the lane. It's been Jaden Bradley, Mark Sears a couple of times.
Front end of the 1-and-1 good.
That is good news for Alabama. If they can live in the lane with dribble penetration, it forces defensive rotations. Alabama starting to make some shots from the three-point line. It can also get your opponent in foul trouble.
Miller had the rebound, couldn't secure it after the miss by Sears, and the Cougars will come the other way. 6-point Houston advantage, and the top-ranked Cougars have the ball with 8:48 to go. Shed working off the screen. Dribbles right, dribbles left, goes down the lane. Tough shot, no good. Tipped into the air, and it bounces in. Roberts, tough play on the pogo stick. Able to get that one to drop in, and with 8.5 to go, Bama trails by 8. Here's Bradley. Nice look, backdoor Clowney. Pump fake once, twice, got it to go. He got fouled, but there was no whistle, and Clowney makes it a 6-point game.
Love the patience by the freshman. He's a young player, but that was a veteran move. Had Walker on his hip, a pump fake, got him in the air and wanted a 3-point play.
Offensive foul on the other end. Clowney taking the charge, and Mark just fouled out.
What a great job on both ends of the floor by Noah Clowney. Should have had a 3-point play on the previous possession. And then defensively slides over, takes the charge, and Alabama gets it back.
So
I thought it was 2 bad calls, by the way.
I agree.
The no call against Clowney should have been a 3-point play, and it looked like he slid underneath
no doubt.
the offensive player. So bad call, evens out.
But made everybody mad.
Hey, I'm for getting the calls right personally, but I guess we'll take it.
Bradley on the drive, goes to the rack and throws it home. Oh, mercy. Jaden Bradley pulls Bama to within 4, and a timeout's called by Houston.
Just like in the
for the Crimson Tide. You're scoring at home. That's 4 freshmen and a junior out there for the Tide, playing toe-to-toe with the top-ranked team in America on their home floor. Shed on the drive, cut off by Sears. He'll bring it back out to the near wing. Shed working off of a screen, gives it back right side. Driving in, missing the dunk, and a foul called on what would have been one to bring the house down. Jarris Walker tried to windmill it from the right wing, but he got leveled, and that's good use of a foul right there if you're Alabama.
Good job by Noah Clowney coming over. Tried to stay parallel, but Walker coming in strong, one of the top freshmen in the country for Houston, against a guy that wasn't anticipated to be one of the top freshmen in the country in Noah Clowney, but he's turning into that.
Jarris Walker is what you would call a grown man, and I'll let you figure out what his middle name would be if that were to have one, as he makes 1 of 2 free throws. 7:38 to go. The lead is at 5 for Houston, 58-53. Bradley to Miller, catch and shoot 3, got fouled. He'll have 3 free throws upcoming as Walker commits the foul.
Brandon Miller's 0 for 7, going to the free throw line. This could get him going here the last 7:33 of this game. It's been a struggle for Brandon Miller here against the #1 team in the country, a team that has done a terrific job defensively against him. But Miller, a chance for 3 free throws. Would love to see this jump start the last 7.5 minutes for Miller in Alabama.
Boy, he needs to see the ball go through the basket, and he doesn't right there. 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 4 from the arc, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He's got another one upcoming here, and that one is good. He's made it a 4-point game, 58-54, with 7:33 to go. One more, trying to make it a 1-possession game, and he does. So Brandon Miller hits 2 out of 3.
Brandon sees the ball go through the net a couple of times at the free throw line. Would love to see that jump start him.
Here come the Cougars front court to our right. Shed with the dribble, working against Sears. Literally 1-on-1 based on the jersey numbers. Shed off of a screen, goes left, stops at the elbow, lean in shot, no good. Rebound claimed by the Cougars, and a foul's going to be called on the floor on Rylan Griffen. Or is that on Bradley? Second on Rylan Griffen, they say.
Yeah, there was a block shot. I think it was Noah Clowney coming over, but it was after the foul by Rylan Griffen. Good defense by Brandon Miller on the switch off, but the offensive rebound putback opportunity for Houston sends them back to the line.
2 shots. Roberts hits the first, the lefty, at 6'7", 230. Fourth-year junior for the Cougars. Trying to add to their lead, can't do it, and Clowney clears the miss. 59-55, the lead is at 4. Bama trying to make it a single possession game. Bradley with the basketball, working right side, looking, finds Miller. Brandon works at left side. Griffen. Rylan steps through a double team. Nice pass inside. Clowney had his shot attempt blocked. Griffen got it back. Got fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Love the way Rylan Griffen is playing. The Texas native playing fearless basketball. Got inside. Beautiful pass to Noah Clowney. Great defensive play by Houston. Rylan gets it back and shows some toughness as a young player and gets to the free throw line.
Played at Richardson High School in Dallas before making his way, thankfully, to the University of Alabama. 2 shots upcoming here. First one is no good off the back iron. Alabama now 13 of 25 from the free throw line. Houston 10 of 15. 6:46 time left. Free throw up. Free throw is good. A lot of rim, a lot of glass, but it's settled through, and Bama's to within 3. 59-56. Shed front court for the top-ranked Cougars. Working against the 8th-ranked Crimson Tide. Roberts with the basketball. Hands it off to Sasser. Sasser dribbles right, throws it into the low post. Backing his way down, Chaney. Throws it into the far side to Arsenault. Back out to Shed. Clock down to 5 at 4. Shed at 2. A teardrop in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped out, controlled by Houston. Throw it away, though. Stolen by Chaney. Stolen, by Griffen, and he'll pick it up, shoot a 3 for the tie, no good. Rebounded Bradley, yes, laid it in off the glass. Rylan Griffen missed a 3. Bradley got it, put it in, and we got a 1-point game.
Great job defensively by Rylan Griffen, and the point guard, Jaden Bradley, boxes out the offensive rebound putback.
1 point Houston lead. Cougars with the ball with 5:45 to go. Shed with the basketball. 10 on the shot clock. Shed working against Burnett. Got away with a push-off. Throws it to Cheney. He throws it down. Well, they swallowed the whistles there. 3-point lead again for the Cougars. 5:27 remaining.
Nadeau's not happy at all. Wanted the push-off. Should have been an offensive foul. No call. And Houston gets the dunk.
Bradley to Griffen. Driving, dishing. Clowney lays it in.
What a play by Rylan. Griffen drives the lane. The no-look pass to the freshman Clowney, who gets the easy lay-in.
1 point game again. 61-60. Houston leading it with 5 minutes to play. Shed directing traffic. And a timeout called by Kelvin Sampson. Timeout Cougars. It'll be a 30, and we'll keep
under 5 minutes to play. 1 point game. It's winning time for the Tide.
Shed will give it off to Roberts, to Arsenault, and back to Shed. 10 on the shot clock. Shed, right side Roberts, posting up on Clowney, gets in the lane, trying to dump it off. Winds up in the hands of Arsenault. Ball narrowly stolen. Shed, as the three-point clock expires, missed it, but the rebound controlled by the Cougars, and then a foul's going to be called on Brandon Miller as he was trying to get the loose ball as well.
Well, it was a great job by Shed to just get the ball up.
Yeah.
Late shot clock, desperation shot, just trying to get it up. It was on line, a little strong with it, which meant a long rebound. Goes right to the Houston Cougars. Brandon Miller not able to get the offensive rebound. A little bit of contact, and right now both teams in the double bonus. That'll send Cheney to the line for 2.
Cheney's first attempt upcoming. And that one is good. Cheney on the year had been 0 for 3 from the free throw line, but he knocks that one home. Second attempt upcoming with 4:35 to play, trying to make it a 3-point lead. Can't do it. Rebound fought for, secured by Nimari Burnett for Alabama. We can tie it up or take the lead with a 3 with 4.5 to go. Bradley with the basketball, drives right, going down the lane, off the glass, blocked by the Cougars. Roberts is the one that knocked it away, and here comes Houston the other direction.
Don't mind that, even though it was a great defensive play. Jaden Bradley has had so much success getting in the lane here in the second half.
Shed still with the dribble alive. Burnett guarding him. He'll hand it off now to Sasser, to Arsenault. Back he goes left side to Shed. 7 on the shot clock. Down low to Roberts. Driving in. Reverse layup. Short. Ball knocked around. Controlled by Bradley. Bama pushing it ahead. Down by 2. 3:48 to go. Bradley left side. Driving. Handing it off. Griffen. 3. No. And the rebound secured by Houston.
Good look from Rylan Griffen. He's knocked down a couple threes in this game. Was in rhythm. A little strong with it.
Right side, Cougars work the basketball. Arsenault to Shed. Left side now to Sasser. Sasser being defended by Bradley. Gives it off center court now to Shed. Shed off of the screen, still with the dribble alive. Shed crosses over, gets down the lane, bounce pass, caught underneath, flips it ahead, stolen away by Bama, knocked out of bounds, touched last by Houston.
Great defensive play by Nimari Burnett. Got in the passing lane, tipped the ball, it goes off the Cougars, and Alabama will get it back after the break.
3:13 to go.
6-2 with 3:13 to go.
Crimson Tide with Bradley, Miller, Sears, Bediako, and Clowney, the 5 on the floor. Here's Bradley with the basketball, dribbling to the near wing to Sears, top of the arc, 3 for the lead. Bottom! Alabama takes the lead for the first time in the second half on the bank first 3 from Mark Sears, and it's 63-62 Bama with 2:50 to go.
Executed to perfection after the Alabama timeout. The set play to Mark Sears at the top of the key and knocks it down.
Onto the right side, they'll go with it to Roberts. Driving in on Bediako, missed it. Rebound claimed by Miller, and here comes Bama the other way with Jaden Bradley. Bradley going to the center of the floor. Bama calling for a screen. They make one. Bradley still with the dribble, going down the lane, kicks it in the corner. Miller, three, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Houston. Oh, that one teased us, and it wouldn't stay down. And with 2:15 to go, the lead for Bama stays at 1.
It was a great look, went halfway down, and again, set up by Jaden Bradley. Made a great pass to the corner.
Sasser with the basketball, crossing over, working to his right now, getting the ball down low, and they're going to call a foul on the Crimson Tide, either Sears or Bediako. It's going to be on Sears, guilty of the foul there with 8 seconds remaining on that shot clock in 1:59, the time that's left to go. 63-62 Bama, and Sasser going to the line.
The entire Alabama coaching staff in front of us asking for an offensive foul. The push-off by Marcus Sasser before the foul didn't get called. And then Mark Sears gets called for the foul, sending Sasser to the line for 2.
Free throw up and good. Alabama trailed by 15 with 17-13 to go in this second half. The Tide took the lead briefly. Cougars have tied it at 63. Now they're trying to take the lead. Sasser, free throw, rims out, no good. And with 2 minutes to go, Bama's got the ball in a tie game. Here comes Bradley front court, setting things up, working off the screen for Miller. Goes right, whips a pass, left side, Clowney, three, no. Rebound, Houston on the far side. Bama has missed a couple of threes that look good but wouldn't drop, and the Cougars come the other way trying to take the lead again. Right side, Sasser, step back three, no good. Long rebound, fought for, scramble, Bama's got it. Bradley working it ahead. Bradley, left side, Sears, 3 ball short, rebound, Clowney, yes, with the left hand, and Bama leads by 2 with 1:15 to go, 65-63.
The #1 offensive rebounding team in the country with another second chance opportunity, this time Noah Clowney.
Timeout, Kelvin Sampson and Houston. Wow, what a ball game. Nimari Burnett, the 5th player on the floor right now for Alabama. Tide leading it by 2. Cougars with the ball with 1:03 to go. Roberts giving it up. Now they go to Shed. Shed working against Bradley. Shed with 10 on the shot clock. Off of a screen, Shed down the lane. Floater up, no good. Tip, no good. Tipped again. Bama's got it. Miller brings it ahead and wisely hesitates and is going to be fouled. Brandon Miller fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot free throws, a pair of them for the Tide, with Bama up by 2.
What a great job defensively by the entire Alabama team, but in particular, Nimari Burnett. You could see where Kelvin Sampson wanted to go with the ball. Called the timeout, had a set play set up for his All-American, Marcus Sasser. Nimari Burnett didn't let him catch the ball, denied him the whole time. They weren't able to go to their set play. Alabama gets the stop, and a couple of huge free throws coming up.
4th personal foul on Shed. Miller hits the first free throw. He'll have another as Bama leads it by 3, 66-63 with 45 seconds remaining. Second attempt upcoming, trying to make it a 2-possession game. Miller's free throw, perfect. Knocked it home with 45 seconds remaining. Bama leads #1 Houston 67-63. They got the scoreboard fixed now. Inside, Cougars work it. They miss a dunk. It was blocked by Bediako, but they called a foul.
Oh, what a great defensive play by Charles Bediako. Oh my gosh, the Alabama coaching staff can't believe it. That was a great block. Called the foul, sending Houston to the line.
My apologies for the confusion, but they got a scoreboard that's slow here on one side, and I was afraid they hadn't added the correct number. Cheney trying to make it a 3-point game, can't do it. Missed a freebie with 36 seconds to go, and the Bama lead stays at 4, 67-63.
Cheney not a great free throw shooter, got to have all 4 guys blocking out.
Second free throw up. It is no good. Rebound fought for. Clowney's got it. Bama's got the ball. Up 4 with 30 seconds to go, and we're in no hurry. We get it ahead to Miller. Brandon gets mugged, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair as the foul is going to be on Ramon Walker Jr.
Great defensive play by Charles Bediako. And Chris, sometimes the ball don't lie.
Exactly right.
They called the foul, missed both free throws. Alabama able to get the defensive rebound, the stop, and Brandon Miller at the line with a chance to extend the Bama lead.
He just made 2. He just made another one. And Bama leads it by 5. The Crimson Tide led by 5 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the first half. Their biggest lead of the day is now at 6 with 27 seconds to go. Miller buries them both. Here come the Cougars the other way. Shed driving to his right. Shed going downhill, dumps it off. They'll work it onto the left wing. They'll try a 3. It's no good. Rebound tipped up, good, and a foul is going to be called on Noah Clowney, and the Cougars have a chance for an old-fashioned and 1 as Clowney is guilty of the personal. Wow, that is going to be Noah's 4th.
Great play by Chaney. It was a long 2 that was missed, and Chaney battling for the offensive rebound. Got hooked up with Clowney, who unfortunately fouled.
Missed the free throw, rebounded by Miller. He is fouled, and he'll go to the line again with 13.2 seconds remaining, and Bama leading 69-65.
It's been a struggle for Brandon Miller on the offensive end, but he's made big plays rebounding the ball and getting to the free throw line. That's who you want, the ball in his hands, even though he's struggling with his ability to handle the ball, make good decisions, and make free throws.
Miller going to the strike, trying to make it a 5-point lead again, and he does. He couldn't buy one early. He's made 5 straight free throws in the last minute, and Alabama leads it by a total of 70-65 with 13.2 to go. Knock down another one, Brandon. He does. Bottom, and Alabama leads it by 6. Pressure in the backcourt by Alabama. Shed will bring it ahead. Don't foul him. He'll launch a 3. It's no good. Rebound tipped, controlled by Houston. Sasser down the lane, dumps it off. Batted around, run clock. 2 seconds. 1. Buzzer. Ball game. And for the second time in 2 weeks, Alabama has beaten the #1 ranked team in America. This time, it's on the road in Houston. Alabama 71, Cougars 65 as the Tide does it again.